Welcome to Istanbul, the city that rises where the continents meet, where minarets pierce the sky, ferries glide across the Bosphorus, and the past feels so close you can almost touch it. This is not just a destination, it's an experience. Layered, vibrant, unforgettable, and if this is your first time here, you're about to fall under its spell. Now, we'll walk you through everything you need to know to explore Istanbul like a seasoned traveler, not just a tourist. We'll talk transportation, a bit of history, mouth-watering food, local culture, hidden corners, and all the must-see spots. Let's begin your journey. If you're flying in, you'll likely land at Istanbul Airport, a massive hub located on the European side. It's clean, modern and well-connected. Alternatively, Sabiha Gökçen Airport on the Asian side serves many low-cost carriers. To get from either airport to the city, you've got several options: airport shuttles, taxis, or ride apps like Buy Taxi. But the smartest thing you can do as soon as you arrive, buy an Istanbul card, a contactless transport card that works across trams, metros, buses and ferries. Now, getting around. Public transportation in Istanbul is reliable and wide-reaching. The T1 tram line will be your best friend. It connects many major tourist spots like Sultanahmet, Eminönü and Kabataş. Ferries? Absolutely essential. The Bosphorus ferry rides are not only scenic, they're part of daily life here. Want to feel like a local? Take a commuter ferry from Eminönü to Kadıköy just before sunset. Sit outside, grab a tea from the onboard vendor, and watch the skyline turn gold. Istanbul was once Byzantium, then Constantinople, before becoming Istanbul in the 20th century. It served as the capital of the Roman, Byzantine and Ottoman empires. That's over 1,500 years of non-stop history. Imagine that, walking streets where emperors, crusaders, sultans and scholars once lived. What makes Istanbul so unique is not just its timeline, it's the way the city wears its history. A Roman aqueduct might sit beside an Ottoman mosque. A Byzantine cistern lies beneath a Turkish carpet shop. It's all there, layered, waiting for you to uncover it. But what really brings Istanbul to life? The people, the rhythm, the everyday moments. You'll hear the call to prayer drifting through the air, layered over honking horns and the clink of tea glasses. You'll see kids feeding pigeons in public squares, young couples sitting on the ferry railing, fishermen lining the bridges and cats everywhere. This city doesn't rush you. It pulls you in. One minute you're in a bustling bazaar, the next you're sipping tea under a fig tree in a quiet courtyard. It's this blend of ancient and modern, fast and slow, traditional and creative, that makes Istanbul truly special. Now, let's talk food, because in Istanbul food isn't just a meal. It's a daily celebration. Start your day with a traditional Turkish breakfast, a spread of olives, cheeses, tomatoes, honey, eggs, jams and fresh bread, and of course, plenty of tea. Wandering the streets, grab a simit, a sesame-covered bread ring, crisp on the outside and fluffy inside. For lunch, dive into the world of kebabs, Adana, Urfa, Iskender. Each region has its own style, and they're all worth trying. In Eminönü, stop by the boats near the Galata Bridge for a fresh balık ekmek, grilled fish in bread topped with onions and a squeeze of lemon. Need something sweet? Try baklava, künefe, or a scoop of stretchy, chewy Turkish ice cream. Yes, the vendors might play with you a bit before handing it over. And don't forget the meze culture, small plates shared over drinks, usually rakı. Places in Cihangir or Karaköy are perfect for this kind of leisurely, flavorful evening. Let's start in Sultanahmet, the historic heart of the city. Here you'll find Hagia Sophia, a staggering architectural wonder. It's been a church, a mosque, a museum, and is once again a mosque. Step inside and let the vast dome ceiling take your breath away. Right next door is the Blue Mosque, famous for its 6 minarets and blue Iznik tiles. It's still active, so dress modestly and plan around prayer times. Just below lies the Basilica Cistern, an ancient underground reservoir lit with soft red lights. It's eerie, beautiful, and filled with history, including 2 mysterious Medusa heads. Then there's the Topkapi Palace, once the home of Ottoman sultans. Wander its tiled rooms, see the treasury, and gaze out at the Bosphorus from its royal balconies. For shopping and sensory overload, head to the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. More than 4,000 shops sell everything from carpets to lanterns, spices to gold. Don't forget to bargain. Just nearby is the Spice Bazaar, smaller but bursting with flavor and scent. Try samples, buy Turkish tea blends, or just enjoy the vibrant chaos. Take a walk across the Galata Bridge, where local fishermen cast lines all day long. At the far end, climb up the Galata Tower for one of the best panoramic views of the city. Wander through Karaköy, one of the trendiest neighborhoods. It's full of hip cafes, bakeries, and art spaces. Stop by Istanbul Modern, a sleek museum showcasing Turkish contemporary art, recently reopened in a stunning new building near the waterfront. Further up the coast, visit Beşiktaş, a lively local area, filled with student life, budget eats, and bustling street life. From here, continue to Ortaköy, a charming waterfront neighborhood where you can enjoy a kumpir, a stuffed baked potato, with a view of the Bosphorus Bridge. For another breathtaking vista, climb up to Çamlıca Hill on the Asian side. It's the highest point in the city and offers a sweeping panorama that includes both Europe and Asia. Another must-do, catch the ferry to the Prince's Islands. The most popular is Büyükada, where you can explore by bicycle or electric cart. No cars allowed. Stroll past Ottoman mansions, eat seafood by the water, and soak in a slower pace of Istanbul life. Respect for tradition runs deep here. When entering a mosque, remove your shoes. Dress modestly, be quiet and respectful, and take a moment to look, not just at the architecture, but at the atmosphere. The calm, the devotion. Learn a few Turkish phrases, just a simple merhaba for hello or teşekkür ederim for thank you goes a long way. Tea, say, is the social glue of Istanbul. It's offered at every corner, in homes, in markets, in shops. Even when you're not buying anything, someone might hand you a glass. And let's talk about cats. Istanbul's cats are not strays, they are community members. You'll see bowls of food and water left out. You'll find them lounging on bookstore shelves or in mosque courtyards. Show them kindness. They are part of the city's soul. Carry a light scarf or shawl, not just for mosque visits, but for sun, breeze, or sudden rain. Cash is still king in many smaller places. Keep some on you. Beware of scams around tourist-heavy areas. Always check prices, especially in taxis and at food stalls. Use apps like Google Maps, Buy Taxi, and Istanbul Cart's official app to stay one step ahead. Wear comfortable shoes. Istanbul is a city of hills, stairs, and cobblestones. You'll thank yourself, and don't try to do it all in one day. Let yourself get lost. Sit in a cafe with no plan. Watch the world go by. Spring and fall are the sweet spots. April through June and September to early November. The weather is mild, the skies are clear, and the crowds are manageable. Summers are hot and humid, and winters can be cold and grey, but even then Istanbul has its charm. Snow on domes, steam rising from tea, quieter streets. It's a different kind of magic. So why does Istanbul capture the hearts of travellers around the world? Because it's more than beautiful mosques and great food. It's the feeling of crossing the Bosphorus at dusk. It's the sound of laughter echoing in ancient courtyards. It's a blend of languages, spices, architecture and stories. A city that has seen empires rise and fall, and still opens its arms to strangers, whether you're standing in the shadow of a 1,000-year-old dome or sharing tea with a stranger in a side street cafe. You're part of the story now. This is Istanbul, ancient, alive, and ready to welcome you again and again.